What's going on, everybody? My name is CD, and today we are talking about the finally confirmed Modern Warfare Warzone. So when you guys are watching this, it's actually already released. It is out there for you guys to download. March 10th was the date. So I don't want to say I was right, other people were wrong, but from the beginning we were right. March 10th was the day they're going to drop. They dropped a 24-hour kind of countdown on that classified tab that we've seen for like over a month with no activity. So that was yesterday. This is kind of a funky video because you guys are watching this in the future. I am not a special YouTuber with gameplay to show you guys or even a day off of work to be able to play it right when it releases. But I will be streaming tonight when you're watching this. So we'll be streaming Warzone basically all night. But in this video, I actually do want to go over all of the info that is confirmed about Modern Warfare to get you guys up to speed before you jump in for your first game. All right, so right off the bat, Warzone is free to play and it's actually a standalone game. So that means if you don't have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you can get Warzone for free by itself. You will need an Activision ID, I believe, because it will be cross-platform, so Xbox, PlayStation, PC can all play together, just like in multiplayer. And if you do already have Modern Warfare, the rank progression will actually work simultaneously. So for example, either an item in the shop that you purchase or working towards your battle pass, you can go back and forth between Warzone and multiplayer and have that same progression. The next quick fact is that Warzone will have 150 player lobbies. Now that is pretty crazy. I think that's the biggest lobbies we've seen in a BR to date. I know before that 200 player lobbies were teased. Now this number 150 player lobbies has just worked in their testing, so that may go up or down depending on how the matches kind of play out. The Warzone map, I believe as a guess, was 4 times bigger than the Blackout map. So we're talking a huge map. The next thing, which I think is possibly the coolest and most innovative addition into a new Battle Royale, is the Gulag. So if I understand it correctly, on your first death in the Battle Royale, if the Gulag is still open, you get transported to be like a prisoner of war, and you have to then win a 1v1 against someone else in your lobby that has previously died, and whoever wins gets to respawn with their team. Now this idea is, one, I think a great idea. Like, it's just a super cool idea to keep the gameplay while you're dead going. You get a chance to respawn on your own without the help or need of your team, which if you're playing with randoms may be a great idea. But then also while you're in this Gulag, this is like a live place. So there's other people that have died that are there. So sometimes you actually have to kind of like wait in line and watch other people 1v1 before it's your turn. I believe even if you do lose the 1v1, you still can come back in the game. I think one of your teammates has to like buy you back in, kind of revive you with money, which is part of the loot in Warzone. Next up is how the loadouts work. So we've seen in the leaks that you can kind of create a class or a loadout. Now, if I understand this correctly, these loadout drops kind of land throughout the map in kind of like a care package fashion, and that is clearly marked on your map and everything for everyone to see. And what you can do is kind of run up to this probably in the middle of the open, and you interact with this care package, and you can choose one of your 10 loadouts to use from there on out in the game. Now you may be asking, why would you do this? Because you could just loot other stuff around the map. Some good points were brought up where, let's say you had just previously died and your team is kind of moving, gotta get out of the gas, etc. And you don't want to slowly loot a place that you're not really sure if there's people there or not. If you run up to one of these care packages, you can get a fully stocked loadout in, what, 5 seconds? So there, maybe it's not your perfect loadout, but it's better than nothing. Another interesting tidbit is that I believe off launch, only trios will be live. So no solo, no duo, and no squad. Only trios. Now, even if you are playing by yourself, you can like solo fill. So I believe you'll get 2 other random teammates. Same with if you're playing with a duo, you can get 1 random teammate. But it's going to be 50 teams of 3 players each, 150 players. So that's a little odd. Hopefully that'll change as they kind of feel the data and see how people are playing. They'll probably bring in some other solo, duo, and hopefully squad playlists as well. Next up is health regeneration. So there's no bandages and no med kits in Warzone. Every player has 100 standard health, and that health actually regenerates automatically, just like it does in core multiplayer. On top of this, you spawn in with 2 armor plates, which are 50 health each, so that's a total of 200 health total off spawn. You can get a max of 3 armor plates, so getting you a max of 250 HP, and these armor plates can obviously be looted and found around the map throughout your gameplay. And this has kind of been talked about how they really dumbed down the looting system so it's not as antiquated as it has been in like Blackout or other BRs. So hopefully Warzone will feel much more COD-like, much more quick run and gun. You're not sitting around looting trying to figure out your backpack or whatever. You're just grabbing stuff and going. They've also said that Modern Warfare has a very nice ping system similar to Apex Legends if you guys have played that. So that helps a lot when you're playing with random teammates that don't have microphones and you can't really communicate with them. Well, with this ping system, you can communicate more than you probably need to with these players. As I kind of mentioned earlier, where you can kind of buy back a player on your team that has previously died, you do that at things called buy stations. And at those buy stations, you can buy things like Killstreaks, other helpful equipment, or buy back a teammate, which you can see right here. So yes, you can buy kill streaks, but from what I've heard, they've been very dumbed down from multiplayer and they're obviously not all available. So for example, something like a UAV is not a constant ping throughout the whole Battle Royale map. It's just a small area that pings for a certain amount of time. So yes, it may help you if you're in a certain scenario, but I don't think these kill streaks are going to be super overpowered. And then a few other small things that I'm not really going to get into. You guys obviously at this point probably want to just get into some Warzone gameplay, but there are contracts that your team can find throughout the map and kind of complete them for more money, more cash. And there is another mode. So there's Battle Royale, and then there's a plunder mode that again goes along with this money cash theme, I guess you could say. And it's like whatever team gets to a certain amount of money the fastest, or the first team to get to $1 million or something like that wins the game. So there is respawn and everything in that, but they promoted that as more of the casual fun way to play this huge map instead of the Battle Royale kind of hardcore competitive game style, I guess you could say. But hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. I think this is all the information that I wanted to get out to you guys kind of as quickly as possible the day of the launch. As I said, I will be streaming Warzone tonight on YouTube, so come by, check that out tonight. Other than that, the release time is 8 a.m. Pacific, so that was 11 a.m. So that should have been like a little bit ago. It should already be out if you do own Modern Warfare, and that'll be about an 18 to a 22 gigabyte update, depending, I think, on the console or PC that you have. And then if you do not have Modern Warfare, it's a 12 p.m. Pacific launch, so 3 p.m. Eastern launch. And that is free for everyone, but that's an 80 to 100 gig update. So that is huge, but obviously you have to download everything if you don't already have Modern Warfare. So if you guys do have any questions about Warzone, I can try and answer them. I obviously have not played yet, but I can do what I can to answer them. Put them in the comments down below. Click that like button if you guys are enjoying it and looking forward to Warzone, the new free Call of Duty Modern Warfare Battle Royale. Some of you guys have not already. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys later.